So let's see what we have here. Well, right off the bat, we got kind of a cool little Transformers mask here. I mean, I know it's kind of signature Transformers looking, but I think we could probably figure out how to make some kind of a cool steampunk cosplay extra piece out of that. And if not, that could be some kind of a top piece on an airship, a nose cone piece or something like that if the eye holes were disguised a little bit. So kind of cool there. These look like pieces out of a, man, I don't know, almost look like pieces out of a photocopier or something like that. But you know, metal pieces like this, random metal pieces, can have some interesting use. When they're silver like that, you know, you can patina them with a rust or something like that. The problem with these kinds of things sometimes is that they almost look too clean and too perfect. They almost need a little banging up or distressing. This piece is particularly neat. I think we can use that for some kind of a neat grill or something. Little wine bottle, you know. Lots of interesting little things you could do for that in cosplay decoration, or you could even, you know, cut that and put lights in it, and it could be something kind of cool in a piece, whether it's an airship or not. I don't like to throw anything away, you already know that. This is interesting. I don't know, some kind of a pieces of hanging packaging, but it's got a really kind of a cool shape. And this, that's a whole bag full of stuff. It looks like it's an old 35 millimeter, like a disposable camera. And what's interesting about stuff like this is this shape can be disguised as a lot of other different things, just with the right addition of other pieces. So this kind of thing, you know, you'd think is going to go in the recycling otherwise, and it would, or in the trash, but it's got a lot of potential, and I like seeing stuff like that. You've got some 35 millimeter film in there. I wonder if it's been used. I wonder whose pictures are on there. Here's an old pill bottle, but it's got some little bits and pieces of I don't know what that is, you know, mini eating things like hors d'oeuvre serving utensils, it looks like. Those could have some cool uses. What do we got here? An old vintage tin full of, wow, buttons and all kinds of stuff, if you can see in there. You know, a lot of them are buttons, but hello, we got some old rusty nails, we got a Christmas bulb, we got a little dust too. Looks like old checkers, a wheel from a model kit. Man, that's full of stuff. There's all kinds of neat little stuff. Top off a lighter. So that can be sorted through, cleaned up a little bit, and made to be used on a lot of different things. Even the old tin's kind of cool. That looks like one of those tape roller handles. Again, nose cone on something, you know, handle for something. A lot of neatness there. These are like the metal pieces that get pounded into the legs of chairs or whatnot that accept a caster, but by themselves they have kind of a neat, almost sinister looking shape with all those little points on them like that, so those would be really useful for something. This, not quite sure what those are from, but it's a dense foam that could be used as a base for something, or a spacer for something. There's always some kind of use for things like that. That looks like some kind of a jewelry case or a watch case or something, but again, a nice, neat plastic top. I don't know what that is. Some kind of a chunk of filter or something. You can see that that's almost like perforated if you kind of look down the tube there. And some of these things I'm not gonna be able to describe what I'm gonna do with them exactly, because it kind of comes as I look at stuff. But that looks like a latch plate for a door. And then lots of little, looks like glow-in-the-dark stars and kids' little gadgets and stickers and stuff. Not sure what I'll do with those. This, I am almost positive, is a sewing machine motor. I had a friend, in fact she's the same friend who winds up giving me a lot of other cool stuff, who had a bunch of vintage sewing machines, and she actually gave us one of the sewing machines. It's pretty cool, but there was a few of them that were taken apart, and I almost think that that's a sewing machine motor. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Maybe take it apart for the pieces or for magnets or something. A little horseshoe, that's actually kind of neat. It's for good luck. Miniature horseshoe pitching. Alright, another one of those pieces of foam. Another door brass latch plate. I could see those going on some kind of cool steampunk cosplay something or another. And these, I don't know what those are. I don't know if that's a coaster set. I think it's supposed to be a coaster set, but it's glass rimmed with metal. My God, the steampunk possibilities are endless. That is cool. I'm not sure exactly how I'll use that, but again, that could be something that gets used on airships. It could be used in some kind of cosplay scenario. The possibilities are endless. These are kind of like pads for something. I don't know if that's got something to do with pool or what. Little felt pads for something. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of gross, maybe a little bit. Somebody's breather, you know, inhaler for... Oh no, I lied. It's not the inhaler, because I've seen them that are actually shaped like that. It's a tape measure. Jeez. Okay. The shape of that's kind of neat. Maybe not as gross as I thought. I thought it was something that somebody else had already been sucking on, but no, I don't think so. Alright, these are kind of interesting. Everybody's seen this stuff before. These are like little, you know, vegetable / onion or garlic bags, and I've thought about using these on little tiny airships. You know, on the big airships I use like fishnet for the gondola, but on a little airship you could do, you know, hang the gondola using little fishnet stuff like that. So interesting. I'll have to give that some thought too. That's some kind of a end, looks like maybe off of a curtain rod or something like that. I mean, it's got kind of a cool brassy vintage look, even though it feels like it's plastic. Okay, what do we have here? Heat sensors, electronic heat sensors. I'm not sure exactly how I would use that, but it looks like they could be used as some kind of a gizmo or attachment on something that looked steampunk in some cosplay fashion. There's a nice little car DC adapter for old cigarette lighters, and that looks like a roll of some kind of metal. I'm not sure what for. That could have some cool structural uses. Plugs. Wow, is that like an ancient hair dryer? I don't even know. It looks like something to heat, so I'm not sure for what, but it's got a cool shape, cool grill looking on it. I don't even know if that actually works. Metal leaves. Okay. Not sure if I could use that or if that could be just donated for something. For what I do, that's not necessarily something I would use. Lock set, like a deadbolt, or part of a deadbolt. It's got some cool brass looking elements to it. This, I'm not sure what that is. It's part of some kind of appliance, it looks like. It's got a spout, but the basic shapes like this wind up being really cool because they can be used on airships for sure in one fashion or another. And this is some kind of a disc mounter. I've seen these before, like a disc. You apply stickers with them and stuff like that, so it's actually kind of, it's a neat shape. I'm not sure how I'll use that exactly. More pieces out of a lock set, and boxes of I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, piezoelectric butane lighter. Okay. Obviously that was something that somebody gave me just for the case. And here's another kind of lighter of some kind, it looks like, maybe. I don't know. And then a magic jack. a lot of these things, I don't know how I'll use them exactly, but they wind up being good for just the simple shapes. Now these are actually wheels off some kind of toy or model or something, so those could have some use. There's a leather bracelet, a vintage leather bracelet, a rubber stopper, and a 35 millimeter film canister. There's just lots of stuff in here. Oh, keychains, magnets, gas range plates, you know, like the little reflector pans that go in there. And hey, here we go. This looks like, oh, Avon hair guard. Look at that. It's a punching glove that used to have hair goop in it. I suppose if that was in vintage shape, that might actually be worth something, but as it is, I don't know. Another box, jewelry box of some kind. Pieces of cool, you know, cobalt colored glass. I love that color, actually. When I was a kid, I actually really loved looking through the Vicks bottles because they were that same cool cobalt blue, and I used to just love that color. I still do, actually. This, I have no idea what that is. It looks like some kind of a, I don't know if that's some kind of a heat something or another or what. I just don't know. Sometimes with this stuff, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know if I can use it or not because I don't even know what it is sometimes. And some of these things look like flashlights. That looks like some old-fashioned flashlight. Another film container. That looks like maybe the top off of a vaporizer or something. It's terrible when you're so old that you know what some of this stuff is, though. I don't know what this is. Some electronic piece of gadgetry with wire hanging out of it. Now, these pieces could have some really cool steampunk applications because, one, they're metal. Two, they're rusty already. Three, they got some neat shape to them. So I can see that being built into something really cool. Not sure just how yet or what, but... And then we have something that a lot of people probably haven't seen in years, and that's an old can opener. This, that looks like the top off of some kind of lighter. Yeah, because there's some more. Man, some old, seriously, old butane or light, like maybe even lighter fluid lighters. I don't even know if that stuff worked anymore, but toggle switches, again, you know, got some kind of interesting steampunk potential. That looks like, that's a gauge off of some, looks like an old piece of stereo equipment. An odd piece of plastic, another stopper. There's just a lot of random stuff in here. Another stopper, odd pieces of plastic that looks like clips for something or another. More toggle switches, more other dials and switches that came off of something. I apologize if I get looking at it and it gets up out of your range of view there. I don't mean to do that. It's hard for me to remember. I gotta hold this down here where you can see it. Just all kinds of knobs and gadgets and wheels and old aviators, you know, and bits and pieces. Another jewelry box. More stoppers. Man, somebody was a chemist or something. Did they raid a crack house? Meth lab? I don't know. You know, I joke about that, but like I said, a lot of these things come out of houses that my friends buy to flip, and who knows what went on in these places. Some of the stuff, I don't even know what it is. I have no idea. That looks like, again, something that was a nozzle that maybe a rubber hose or something slid onto, so that could have something to do with chemistry. Black pieces of paper or sticker or something that I'm not sure what we're used for. Another piece of that nice blue cobalt glass. And more connectors for electronics, it looks like. An old speaker, another magnet, lots of electronic parts, lots of, you know, like what they call those sprue, the pieces of plastic that hold together all the pieces out of a model, you know. Sometimes that looks like that would be something you just pitch in the trash, but I'm telling you, that kind of thing actually works really well in model making because it winds up looking like ductwork and piping and stuff like that. So that's actually worth something. And that looks like the windshield out of a car model. Not sure quite how I'll use that. That looks like something that they use to, you know, like squeegee down stickers and vinyl and whatnot. And then, oh, check this out. Anybody got a drumstick? Let's see if we can find, you know, something to act like a drumstick, right? Cool. Nice little drum set there, or a cymbal. That's actually kind of fun. That'd be kind of cool to make something out of and like hang and, you know, use like a gong or something. But and that's pretty much it, other than just odds and ends of garbage, screws and stuff floating in there. So that's this box of stuff. Believe me, I've got more. I've shown you some already. It's going to take a while for me to go through a lot of this stuff. Some of it I can use, some of it I can't, like I said before. Be assured, though, that if I can't use it, if it's not something that I can use in my sculpture and my airships, or recycle, that, you know, I find homes for this stuff one way or the other, because I don't like throwing stuff in landfills. I hate that kind of waste, and that's, you know, using stuff again is at the core of my artistic philosophy, and I will always try to do that first. So until next time, I'm Stephan Smith of Artsmith Craftworks. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a like and a share, and if you're not already subscribed, please do so. You know, show it around to your other maker friends or someone who might be interested. I'd always like to share my videos with people who are interested. Thanks a lot.